Here's Brody Brazil.
This is going to be an entire video on one single tweet. And it's a tweet that actually doesn't even have any words, just two emojis and a photo. Now, I saw this right after it was posted on Twitter or X or whatever. Had some feelings, but I chose not to respond to it. Didn't want to amplify it. It's also near the holidays. And because of that, I also never got around to, even commenting on it or sharing an opinion on it. But that's what I'm going to do here and now. And I just want to share this. Maybe you're the same way. Before I tweet anything or share anything on social media, and I'm somebody with, small but respectable platform. You're here. I appreciate that. I always ask myself, why am I doing this? And sometimes that answer is easier than others. What's the intent here? What am I aiming for? Who's my audience? And can I predict and project what the reaction is going to be? There should be a purpose for this, and it should be predictable, and it should be for a purposeful reaction. But if you think about the Oakland A's Twitter account, which was probably started in the late 2000s and has been around ever since. And it's not the biggest in the world, but it's what? Baseball fans, but what is it really? Oakland A's fans. People who got attached to the team because of where the team was at and where they're at. Nobody in Las Vegas is really connected to the Oakland A's social media accounts yet. Some are. I'm not saying the number is zero, but if you had to go through all the followers on this platform and others, there are people that are bonded with the team because they're Oakland and who they've always been. And so it brings me back to the intent part of this. Why would you choose to rub this in a primary Oakland audience in their face on social media? Did you really need to pump out the chest that much? Did you really feel like that was the flex that you couldn't help yourself from making? Did you think that was a good idea in reverse? And I don't even remember what the response was and what the ratio was. I'm sure it got ratioed to a certain degree. But it also even makes me wonder too, the Sphere, brand new, one of the most popular things right now going in Las Vegas, even nationwide, you could say. And the Sphere doesn't just put anything on their exterior, their exosphere. They charge companies six figures for advertisements. And anything they do has a purpose, kind of like social media. The Sphere doesn't just do this necessarily. Maybe they did. I mean, this is a guess. There's only two ways this happened. Number one, the Sphere was like, hey, welcome. We think this might be cool. That's a possibility. Or it's also a possibility that the A's thought, well, let's invest in Las Vegas. Let's throw $120,000 into advertising on the Sphere because the Sphere knows that they have a rate. They're not going to give away advertisement and promotion for free. This is part of the Sphere's business. They also just lost a ton of money, apparently. Already. They want to make money. Maybe this was a paid ad, and maybe that's why the A's said, well, we paid for this. We want to get the most out of it possible, so we're going to tweet this. We're going to make sure everybody sees this. Maybe. It's a guess. It's just an educated guess. It's a possibility here. I don't know the answer. I don't know that would even be shared with me if I asked. Could it be that the A's spent on that and wanted to show off? And there's also the totally separate question here. I mean, you can put the A's aside, but you could also ask this question of a lot of professional sports teams across North America and really across the world. Big companies who have top-level communications people who are compensated well and have a ton of experience. And look, big companies in general. You can even step back from sports. Big companies have these communications people at the very top who manage their message, who manage what the company does, and then whoever runs the actual social side of it, like the base, you can't even really see it here, but it's the baseball emoji and the eyes. Like, Did you see this? Woo! That's the context here? That's the social media manager's work? You're trying to say something without saying? What are you trying to say here? Seems like you want to say something really bad, but you also realize it's not a good idea. Anyway, the point is a lot of companies, separate from sports, have top-level executives, but they have entry-level people running their actual, powerful social media platforms. Stuff that, people see. So, there you go. 5 minutes and one reaction to one tweet. And that's interesting, isn't it? Thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel so I can definitely see you next time.